Hello and what is up everyone, I hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to be making dried yogurt balls, which looks really beautiful and it's really easy to make. So first of all we need a pretty clean cheesecloth like so. I washed it with water only and my cheesecloth is pretty large because I'm making a really large amount of yogurt. I can't remember exactly the amount because that was a few months ago, but it doesn't really matter. You can make as much as you want, but I recommend you make a large amount because the amount of lebanon at the end wouldn't be a lot. So yeah, make a really great amount. Now I'm gonna let the yogurt drain for a few days in the fridge, and always check the bowl underneath because the first 2 days the amount of water would be a lot in the bowl and eventually there would be no water in the bowl. When that happens, then it's actually ready. Leave it in the fridge for around 5 to 1 week, or maybe less than that. Actually leave it until you no longer see water coming out of lebanon, I mean the yogurt. After a few days I take it out of the fridge and add a little bit of salt to it. I change the cheesecloth and put it back to the fridge again, so actually more water would come out of it because salt gives it a really nice salty flavor and helps the water come out of the lebanon, which is what we want exactly. So at the end you get a really nice dry consistency. I said to leave it in the fridge for up to 1 week, but actually you may need less than that depending on the water content in your yogurt. Actually I got mine from a local store and I wasn't very lucky. It has got lots of water, so I left it in the fridge for 1 week to drain completely. You can also add heavy plates on top so you can help the water come out of the yogurt. Now this is after 1 week in the fridge, and as you can see it's pretty dry and ready to be shaped into balls. Actually leaving the yogurt in the fridge not only to let the water drain but also to give lebanon sour flavor. So this yogurt balls has got sour and salty flavor, just in case if you're wondering. Now as you can see I'm adding olive oil to a bowl and I'm gonna put it aside. I also got this jar that is pretty clean and sterilized, and also I got this tray with parchment paper and tissues on top. And now let's start making the balls, which is pretty easy. All you need to do is rub your palms with a little bit of olive oil and it's going to be shaped really easily. This is basically chili flakes and this is dried mint, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this later. First thing, as I said, rub your fingers and your palms with olive oil and start shaping the balls. Then place the yogurt balls on the tray that we prepared earlier. And I'm going to leave them on the tray for 1 hour or 2. So if there's any water left, the tissues would soak the water. I'm making this alone, so there was no help, but it was a lot of fun. It was not tiring at all. Now to the fun part of the whole process, which is to dip the balls in chili flakes, dried mint, and I've almost forgotten black seeds, which suits lebanon a lot. They go together really well. You can also use sesame, or you can actually place them in the jar without adding anything, which what I personally prefer. Now the last step is to pour olive oil in the jars. So what is going to preserve this is olive oil. It's actually one of the best methods that they used in the past to preserve food. So all of that process actually is to preserve Lebanon from being ruined, because in the past there was no refrigeration. So this is going to be preserved for a couple of months, but I recommend consuming this as soon as possible, especially if you're not sure whether there's water left in your lebanon or not. So this is really important to let it dry really well, because it's going to be ruined even if it's in olive oil if it's not dried really well. So anyways, I recommend consuming this as soon as possible, as I said. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video and find it helpful and useful. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I shall speak to you all in the next one. Goodbye.